smoke without fire syndrome, isn't it? People will read into it whatever they want to.
Well, I reckon there was fire. I've heard she has flames coming out her ears.
That's nonsense.
And if you'd known her as long as we have, you'd realise that.
It's the effect on business that worries me. I haven't actually thought this through. I mean, if what Harry says is true, the impact on the cabin... What?
Go on, Norris. What impact on the cabin? Have you been telling them where I've been this morning?
No.
That was my business, Norris.
No, it's not, love. It's the business of every decent, law-abiding citizen. Which is why I phoned up the Gazette and made sure they put it in. Page 10, everyone. And in case you haven't read it, Rita Sullivan, up for assaulting a child, my child, Weatherfield Magistrates Monday, where she'll get her just desserts.
Is this true? In the paper? So everybody's read it.
Rita! Look, Susan, you've come.
Oh, business as usual, Norris.
Is there any other way? Now, what can I get you? That's 2 Amontellados, 2 gin and tonics, and a vodka and tonic. Am I right?
Thank you.
Rita, I am so glad to see you in here, you know. After what happened at lunchtime, I thought you'd be giving us all a very wide berth.
Well, why should I? I have done nothing to be ashamed of. Hear, hear.
Unlike some.
Well, now she's offered me a discount on her deal. £3,000 and she'll drop all charges.
No!
Dreadful.
Well, looks like you've got her on the run. Well done.
Oh, I'm not so sure. It might not be a bad deal. After all, if Rita's found guilty, it could end up with her being sued anyway.
You're not going to be found guilty, Blanche.
The truth will out.
This case is not about the truth, Emily. It's about who tells the best lie. And I'm afraid, as far as that is concerned, Scylla's got Rita beat hands down.
Anyway, you're right, Rita.
Well, I thought I was. But it looks like Monday isn't going to be a day I'll forget in a hurry.
So nice.
Not late, am I?
For what?
The trial.
What are you going for?
Support.
Yes, yes. In olden times, people used to queue for days for a good view of the hanging.
Well, we're not going to hang her, are we, Norris?
No, certainly not. And those who go hoping so are going to be sadly disappointed.
What do you reckon?
What phoning, won't you? Keep me fully informed.
It's not a football match, Norris. There's no need for a running commentary. Oh, me bag. Me bag.
Hiya. Is this the big day then?
Yeah, sure is.
Never a dull moment round here, is there?
Tell Mrs. Whitney anything you like. She won't remember anything bad tomorrow anyway. Just make sure she doesn't come trucking in, okay?
No problem.
Rita, love, I'm sorry. I had to get my girls sorted out. There's room for a little one, isn't there?
They're a charabang out into Blackpool, you know.
Rita, we're your friends.
Oh, Audrey, I'm sorry, love. I'd be glad of your company.
Yes, well, you're bound to be a bit...
A bit what?
Come on, get in quick. We haven't got all day.
There's the woman who could have killed you. Oi, you! We're going to make you pay.
Oh, shut up, Scylla, and get in the car.
Come on, Chesney, love.
A woman like that, she can't win. Come on.
Hey, what do you reckon, then?
I reckon Les deserves her.
No, he doesn't. Nobody does.
What's going on?
We're seeing Rita off.
Right, well, come on, she doesn't need a big sender from us. Let's get back to her. Janice.
Come on, Jack. Time to go and earn a bob or two. Come on, love.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm planning on sitting down.
That's Scylla's seat there.
I don't see her.
You soon will, pal. And you and your friend Rita will wish you hadn't.
No change there, then.
All rise.
I want you to go over what happened in the shop in a little bit more detail. When Mrs. Sullivan touched you, she gave you a cuff, didn't she?
She hit me. She hit me dead hard. It really hurt.
And after that blow, you don't remember anything until you came to in the hospital?
No.
I want to be totally clear. After the cuff, You don't remember anything.
No.
So if you don't remember anything after the cuff, you can't possibly know that it was that cuff that forced you to trip and fall over.
No.
Thank you, Chesney. Now, let's move on to talk about what happened in the hospital. You say...
No. No, just a sec. It's wrong, innit? I've got that bit wrong.
What have you got wrong, Chesney?
I do remember something else.
And what would that be?
The shelves.
You remember banging yourself on the shelves, do you?
Yeah.
Thank you. Your worships, may I request bail for my client?
Bail is granted, but I really don't feel we'll be very long in coming to our verdict.
All rise. Come on, love. Let's check out Chesney.
He's all right. They said they keep him amused. Got time for a quick one?
That's where they're going, isn't it? Mind your feet, Norris.
I suspect they're not going to be very long, but you don't have to stay here, Mrs. Sullivan. Just as long as you don't leave the building.
I'll stay put.
Entirely up to you.
Excuse me. What do you think they'll decide?
Impossible to say.
How are you, Rita?
Well, what do you think?
I'm sure the magistrates can see exactly what's happening.
Of course they can. They're used to picking out liars before they've even opened their mouths. And you just need to have one look at that mother and child to know.
Are you really sure?
Look, don't you worry. They're never going to believe the word of them against you. Never.
Well, we'll know soon enough.
Look, just be outside if you want us. Come on. I'll stand that woman.
Just as well her and Les Battersby have got together. At least they're not making two other people's lives a misery.
What are those magistrates doing? I don't know why they had to come out of court. It's perfectly obvious Rita's innocent.
Only to those people who know her, I'm afraid, Norris.
You'd be best getting back into court. Magistrates will be returning any minute now.
The defendant will stand. We find the case proved and the defendant guilty.
Yes.
Don't believe it.
That such behaviour must be discouraged. You will pay a fine of £500. Further to this, you are ordered to pay compensation to your victim in the sum of, again, £500. Do you wish to ask for time to pay?
No. But I tell you what I do wish for. I wish you lot up there had an ounce of common sense between you.
Sit down, Mrs. Sullivan.
You sit up there, laying down the law. It's pathetic. You haven't a clue. You've sat there swallowing a pack of lies off a little lad who's had a trumped-up tale drummed into him by his mother and a fancy man.
Sit down, madam, and be quiet.
If you three had any judgment at all, you'd see through people like that. And what's more, you'd want to do something about people who coach a child into telling lies so they can make money out of it.
Madam, I advise you for the last time, be quiet.
Innocent. There's not a more decent, honest woman in this town. And if she swears she's not guilty, you can believe...
Silence in court!
Somebody said the law was an ass. And by hell, how right they are.
Security! Remove this woman. I am holding you, madam, in contempt of court.
Shame on you, man. You're a disgrace.
And I advise you to think carefully about your behaviour.
This isn't justice. It's a mockery.
Norris, stay out of it.
That man in the public seats. Take him down as well.
What? I'm not on trial here, you know. I haven't done anything for
Ches, we won! Justice was done.
Justice, my backside.
Oh, you prejudice, you lot. Just because one of your pals got shown up for what she is.
Yeah, all right, Scylla. Let's be off, eh? The lad wants feeding.
You played a blinder, Ches. Come on, we'll get you a burger and some fries. And then we'll go and celebrate in the Rovers.
Celebrate? I hope it chokes you. If there'd been justice here today, you'd be behind bars.
What's she mean?
Oh, take the notice of them. They're just bad losers. But we're not finished with Rita Sullivan. Not by a long chalk. We're gonna get you proper compensation for what you suffered.
What are we going to do?
Not much we can do, is there? Might as well go home.
Yes.
Well, you go, Blanche, and you too, Audrey, but I think I'll stay. I don't want to walk away till I find out what's happening to Rita.
Hey, I'm not leaving you here on your own.
Oh, well, I'll stay and all. I mean, let's go and see if we can find that solicitor. She'll rub a straw.
All I can say by way of mitigation, I think that's the right word. Mitigation.
Yes, yes, go on, man.
You see, it was an instinctive reaction to her distress. I mean, knowing Mrs. Sullivan, like I do, and knowing her to be one of the straightest, most upright persons you could wish to meet on a long day's march.
Yes, yes.
I got carried away. I got carried away in the emotion of the time, you see, and I very much regret that, you see, because I've always prided myself on my ability to keep a stiff upper lip, so I'm truly, truly sorry.
As magistrates, we feel it is vital to protect and foster that respect for the majesty of law without which we are as beasts of the field. In apologising, as you have, we can accept that your devotion to your wife carried you...
Oh, no, sorry, excuse me, I don't want to mislead anybody. Mrs. Sullivan and I are not married.
Ah, I assumed...
We're friends. I think I can claim that, but it goes no further than that, you see. It's the fact that we work together...
You're free to go.
No,
you may leave the court.
Yes, but I don't want to get any wrong impression.
Sit down! We come now to Mrs. Sullivan.
Ta-da!
Quite a fair hearing.
You might think it's fair. I certainly don't. I stood here and I was on oath and I told you the truth. And you listened to a fairy story, codged up by people who'd scrabble through a dustbin if they thought they could make a bob or two out of it.
Mrs. Sullivan.
And not only did you listen, you believed it. When anyone with half a brain could suss out it was a put-up job designed to be a set-up for a claim for compensation.
I give you final warning.
And because you're a bunch of numbskulls, I'm landed with a criminal record, while the real criminals are out celebrating. Well, if you think that's justice, I think you're not fit to be sat up there.
You are in contempt of court. You will be remanded into custody. Security, take this woman down.
We ain't putting it, Les.
Blanche, we know that Rita lost her case.
That's not all she's lost.
What do you mean?
She gave the magistrates a mouthful. She wouldn't crawl and say she was sorry, so they've locked her up for the night.
Oh, they put her in the cells.
Well, it's her own fault. She asked for it and she got it.
Right, come on, Scylla. We'll have a drink in the Flying Horse.
They can't keep her in prison, can they?
She doesn't apologise, they can, and they will.
All right, give us a chance.
Tracy.
Tracy is in, yes.
Right. I want to talk to her.
Well, I'm sorry, but you can't, no.
Well, I need to, Blanche.
And you can't, because she's still in bed. And don't tell me to get her up, because I'm not doing. Not in her condition.
She told you to say that, has she?
I beg your pardon.
Sorry. It's just I need... Oh, forget it. I'll come back later.
Yes, and when you do, bring some better manners with you.
Thank you.
That's the last time I tell lies for you.
White lies? You were very good. I'd have believed you.
Not sure he did. Anyway, how did you know it were going to be him?
Intuition. Besides, I looked through the window.
And what does he think he's doing? Needing to see you this time of a Sunday morning.
Well, I don't know. He's got a stupid wedding coming up. You think he'd have enough to occupy himself without bothering me?
Are you up to something?
Gran, what would he be getting up to in this state?
Well, exactly. You need to be concentrating on the child you're carrying. That's soon going to be a beautiful, smiling baby that you're going to want to love and care for.
Yes, all right, Gran. Thank you.
You're going to want it more than anything else in the world, whether you think so or not. Because that's the way Mother Nature's planned it. And Mother Nature knows better than any of us.
we can actually do other than sit and wait.
Well, there might be naught you can do, you useless lummox, but I need to be there. She needs me with her.
She needs her mother at a time like this.
Roy's with her.
Oh, fat lot of good he'll be.
He's done a lot of research.
Research? It's not a man with a book she needs. It's a woman of experience with the stretch marks to prove it. Now get your shoes on, Ken. You'll have to give us a lift.
There's no point in us all going down there.
But Deirdre can stay.
I'm not staying.
Well, look, at least let's finish our dinner.
How can you talk about food at a time like this? Will you get your shoes on?
Oh, could I have a lift, please, as well, Ken, if you're going anyway?
But there's no point in you being there. This is not to do with you.
I've got Roy's things.
Oh, we'll take 'em.
I'd rather do it myself.
Look, you'll only be in the way.
It's all right, Hayley. There's plenty of room.
Thanks, Ken.
No, I believe she'd rather have you in there than her own mother.
I'm sorry.
You shouldn't have been so quick to throw her out. So quick to judge her.
Yeah, well, I'm here for her now, aren't I?
Oh, yeah, now.
And I should be with her now, by her side.
If you'd have been with her from the start, she wouldn't be thinking about giving my great-grandchild away to this pig's melt here.
Ah, she's just trying to keep us at arm's length, that's all. She thinks the further away we are, the easier it'll be for her to give up the baby.
Could you keep your voices down, please?
How is she, Roy?
She's comfortable. She's had some pain relief, which has improved her mood somewhat. I'd better be getting back in. I'll let you know when something happens.
Roy, you're back.
Oh, please. Of course. Thank you, Hayley.
Good luck.
He can't keep us out forever.
He hasn't been keeping you out. He came in here to let you know what we're going on, didn't he?
It's not right that he should be in there at my expense.
He gets it at anyone's expense, it's his own.
What do you mean?
Well, you don't think he likes being in there with her, do you?
Which is why it should be me in there. She needs comforting. She needs looking after.
Roy can do all that. He's a trained first aider.
She can't stand the man. He means nothing to her.
He's the father of her child.
She slept with him once.
For a bet.
He's no right to be in there while we're stuck out here.
He's got every right.
He makes her skin crawl. She hates being in the same room with him.
Well, she shouldn't have slept with him then, should she?
I could understand it if they were in a proper relationship.
The parents of the child. Is that not enough for you?
No!
Well, they're married then as well. Does that help?
Tracy and Roy are married?
Yeah. So, you see, he's got more rights than you think.
Marry Roy in a million years.
We were led to believe it was the only way to guarantee Roy's rights.
Okay, I can see why Roy might consider it.
Tracy wouldn't. Not unless she had about 10 shotguns to her head.
It were more carrot than stick.
What do you mean?
Look, I've already said too much. I'd really appreciate it if you didn't tell anyone else.
Well, it's not something we'll shout from the rooftops, don't you worry.
All you need to know is that Roy is Tracy's husband. He's the father of a child and he's got every right to be in there when she gives birth.
It's a girl. A healthy baby girl. 6 pounds 4 ounces.
Oh, Roy!
Oh.
How's Tracy?
Oh, well, very well. Both mother and baby are very well.
Hear that, Hayley? Mother and baby.
When can we see them?
Well, Tracy's just having a shower, then she'll be taken down to the ward. Once she's settled, I think I can persuade her to give you 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
She is very tired.
Actually seen the baby. She won't be able to give her up to the likes of them.
Why do you keep making it a case of us and them?
That's what it is.
Look, they're decent people. They live less than a minute's walk away. There's no reason why we can't all have a part to play in this.
She can't believe her luck, that one. All her Christmases have come at once. It wouldn't surprise me if they planned all this right from the start, right down to Tracy being forced into some kind of marriage of convenience.
Blanche, if you've got something to say, will you please say it to my face?
I were just saying, if Tracy really did marry that gormless man of yours...
Oh, she married him all right.
Well, there's no way she'd do that for her own convenience. She must have been forced into it.
Since when has Tracy been forced into anything?
Oh, come on, Hayley. Did you or did you not force my granddaughter into marriage just so that you could get your hands on her baby?
She didn't want the baby. She would have got rid of it if it wasn't for us.
If she changes her mind, will you give up your claim on it?
It's not my claim, it's Roy's.
Will you give it up?
She won't change her mind.
We'll see.
How are you, love?
Okay. Oh, she's gorgeous. She's absolutely gorgeous.
She reminds me of my mother.
Don't start, Blanche.
Do you mind if I pick her up, Tracy?
Yeah, be my guest.
Oh, I'm not sure if you should disturb her.
I won't disturb her.
Mind her head.
Right, just look this way while I take your picture. That's it, smile.
Ken, would you mind taking one of me and Hayley together?
Don't you dare touch that camera.
You've had her all day. Don't you think it's time you gave someone else a go?
Just one quick snap.
There'll be plenty of time for photographs later.
I'll give it here, I'll take it.
Oh, thank you.
Are you sure? I said I'll take it. Let's get it over with. Well, you're going to have to step back a bit.
just press the button.
Look, you're upsetting her. How dare you do that after what she's just been through?
Give me the baby.
Did you really marry this man?
Sorry, it just came out.
Have you honestly taken things that far, Tracy?
Well, if you're all going to start having a go at me, I'm going to call the staff and I'm going to get them to throw you all out, okay?
Hello?
Right, you stay here. I'll get the car.
As soon as I saw her, Roy, I knew that all the suffering, everything that Tracy had put us through was worth it in the end.
And what about Tracy's suffering, eh?
Well, I know she's been through a lot.
And what about our suffering, come to that? That's my daughter and my granddaughter in there.
We respect that, Deirdre, and we won't forget her.
Neither will I.
Look, you and Ken can see her as often as you wish. You've been very good to us, and well, we've no intention of keeping you apart from her.
And I'm sorry if I spoke out of turn. I should have thought.
I can't believe she's going to turn her back on her own daughter.
Look, you saw what she was like in there. The sight of them two with that baby reduced her to tears. This isn't over by a long way yet.
Have ulcers by the time Tracy's done with us, then you won't be.
Oh, no, I couldn't.
You should have told the truth.
Oh, what? Baby away? I don't think so.
Rita Sullivan gets a night in jail for barely cuffing a child. And our Tracy can chuck her baby round the neighbourhood like a bag of washing and nobody bats an eyelid.
Oh, there's eyelids batting, all right. Plenty of them.
I'm really disappointed in Roy. He was always determined that his marriage to Hayley was legitimate. So how does he reconcile marrying Tracy like that?
Good. You're on our side at last.
No, I'm not on any sides. I just want what's best for our granddaughter.
Well, maybe spending the night with her will have made Tracy think more carefully about it.
I hope not. It was in that wanted to give you up.
Oh, thanks.
Physical reason to keep Tracy and the baby in, but it's always a worry when a mother isn't bonding with a newborn. I like to know there's plenty of support at home and not just from the father.
Well, we'll do everything we can.
It's a bit early to say, but it could be a case of postnatal blues. Time and support, that's what she needs.
Oh, she's not short of support.
Good.
Wish the same could be said of time.
His husband's only at this time.
Well, the midwife says your husband's been ordered to leave you alone. She's concerned about you.
Yeah, well, I'm concerned about her if she can't tell you from Roy Cropper.
How's she been?
You're just in time to give her a bottle.
Top night, wasn't it? Why don't you take her? She's quiet now.
If you've had enough, Gran, just put her down.
What about a name?
What about one?
You'll want her to have a name.
It's not up to me, is it?
What would you call her if it was?
I don't know. What goes with Cropper?
You think this is all a game, don't you? A big joke.
Cord's cut, Gran. She's not my problem.
It's a disgrace. I thought that giving birth would wake you up, make you see sense. But you're as hard as nails.
Look, you knew all along what I was planning to do. Why is everyone acting all surprised all of a sudden?
I'm ashamed of you, Tracy. Ashamed to call you my granddaughter.
Then don't. If I can turn my back on her, Gran, turning my back on you will be a doddle.
I'm an old woman. All the future I've got is wrapped up in you. And in her. It might not be shameful to give birth out of wedlock anymore. But it will never sinful to treat your flesh and blood so cheaply.
She wasn't born out of wedlock, was she?
I'm married, or had you forgotten that little detail?
Forgotten it? I'll never be able to forget any of this as long as I'm breathing. Which I'm starting to hope will not be much longer.
What's going on?
We're wasting our time. I want to go home.
I'll get you a taxi. That's the headache.
I'm sorry you got upset, Gran.
I only thought she could do with a name. Give her a bit of respect.
Couldn't name her.
Your gran just thought it might help. If you don't get to know her, how can you decide if you want her?
I hate that she's so helpless. I hate the way she looks at me.
Trust in you.
I keep saying to myself, she's not a baby, she's a kid. I never wanted a kid.
She's a baby, for now. It's all you need to think about. Just take it one day at a time.
Is that the end of my apology, then?
Look, I'm sorry, okay? I'm tired. I really could do with some space.
I don't think you should be on your own just yet.
Look, I'm serious. If you don't give me some space, I'm going to get on the phone now. I'm going to ring Roy Cropper and he can come and collect her.
Tracy, why do you have to turn everything into a threat?
Because it's the only way you'll listen to me. Right, I'm serious. Cropper.
Yeah, all right. Come on, Mother. But, Tracy, promise me that you will just rest. Don't make any decisions without talking it through.
Okay.
Come on.
Should be enough meat left over for me.
This is cold. Couldn't sleep, eh? Guilty conscience. It's your body telling you you should be with that baby.
Yeah, or maybe the baby doesn't want to be with me.
What if your mother had given you away?
Yeah, well, if she had, I wouldn't have to listen to you, would I?
Sit there all day?
Dunno, might do.
Did you clean the bath out after you used it?
I've just had a baby.
So, I'm told. Well, I might not be able to stop you turning your back on your baby, but I am not standing for having a ring of scum round me bath.
So Roy's run off then, has he?
How's your bingo?
I couldn't concentrate. You've been there all day?
Yeah, pretty much.
I've been thinking.
Listen, Gran, I'm sorry about today, yeah. I'm going to do the shopping tomorrow and I'll clear my stuff up and that.
There's no need to.
No, really, I think I should do more around the house.
I want you out.
You what?
The whole point of this house was to give you somewhere safe to raise the baby. Now, I've tried to accept your decision, and I'm sorry I can't. And I'm not prepared to pretend I'm happy when I'm not. I don't want you living in my house a moment longer. You move out as soon as you can. I'm going to bed.
I can't believe you're doing this.
Watch me.
Oh, so you meant what you said then?
Every word.
I can't go back home.
Then go and find yourself somewhere else to live. Either way, I want you out of here by dinner time.
You gave me this house, Gran.
To raise a family in.
No strings attached, you said.
That were before I realised what a callous little trollop you really are.
Can't say that about me, Gran. I'm your granddaughter.
No, not anymore, you aren't.
But you knew from the start what I was intending to do.
I were hoping that your maternal instincts would get the better of you. More fool me.
Oh, right, so all you cared about was the baby.
No.
Well, you must have done, otherwise you wouldn't be doing what you're doing now.
I would have stuck by you come hell or high water. That's how much I cared.
Yeah, about your precious great-grandchild.
Yes, Tracy, my precious great-grandchild. Our own flesh and blood. Something you obviously have no understanding of.
You know, this is so unfair. I haven't done anything I said I wouldn't do. You knew what I was intending. Oh, how can you be so cold?
I think you're the expert in that department.
Then I won't be saying I'll be seeing you. It's obvious you can't stand the sight of me any longer.
It didn't have to be like this.
Oh, tell me about it.
Even if you'd kept that baby just a week, you'd have felt different.
Yeah, well, like they say, you can't turn back time, can you?
You wouldn't have been so blasé now about giving her away. You'd have been beside yourself with grief.
Yeah, well, maybe that's why I got rid of her.
You what?
Nothing.
What did you just say?
Look, I'm going now, Gran, okay?
You're thinking about her, aren't you? You love that little girl so much, you can't bear to admit it.
But just let me go.
Oh, you're acting tough, but all the time your poor heart is breaking.
No, it's not.
You can't stop thinking about her, can you? Like it's part of you that's been cut off. It's the strongest you've ever felt about anyone, and you've thrown it all away.
Oh, stop it, Gran, I can't bear it.
I'm right, though, aren't I?
If you are.
I knew it. Now we're getting somewhere, at last.
We are married.
And you're the mother.
Yeah, and I've given her away. I mean, it's not going to look very good in court, is it?
They'd never bring this to court. They know they'd lose. They've already been told they can't adopt, haven't they? 'Cause he's a loony and she's a man.
Yeah, I know, but...
Even if a court didn't let you have her, they're not going to give her to that pair of freaks. They'd put her into care. The Croppers are counting on this. It's their only chance and they know it.
Yeah, well, all the more reason why I can't hurt them again, isn't it?
All that matters is you and that baby, not them. You let this go, it'll haunt you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I know, but they'll have bonded with her by now, won't they, Gran?
Bonded? They can go out and buy a dog to fawn over. That baby belongs to you, Tracy, and you can do what you like. They'll get over losing it in time. You never will. You've got to do something, and quick.
You said you'd clear it with her.
We're going now.
See Karen, she looked amazing.
Have you seen Roy?
Yeah, he was in a taxi before he went with the baby. Why, is something wrong?
No, not really. I just need to speak to him about something, but it can wait.
Okay, see you later.
Where are they getting married?
Walcott Manor, I heard. Why?
Because I'm going to go to that wedding, and I'm going to get my baby back, and I'm going to do it now.
Let's away, soon as I get my coat on.
Look, it doesn't need all of us.
Ken!
I don't see the need to go mob-handed like this. They're reasonable people. They just need talking to quietly.
They won't even answer the phone. How are we supposed to talk to them?
Just call the police. This is abduction. It's kidnapping. Let them smash the door down.
Don't call the police. That's the last thing we want.
I'll call in the army if that's what it takes to get my baby back.
All right, look, let's just all calm down and try to think what's in the best interest of little Patience.
That's not her name. I hate that name. How dare they name a little girl? I'm going round there and I'm going to get her back. No matter what it takes.
I know, but I'll see you soon. All right. Yeah, mate.
Me.
Yes, I will.
As soon as you land.
Okay.
Hey, you! Listen, you no good little tart. Don't you go thinking you've ruined my Steve's life with your dirty little games. He's off. On his honeymoon. Without even so much as a thought for the likes of you.
The wedding went ahead.
Yeah. No thanks to you lot.
I just want that baby back.
I'd have given a couple of bob to have been there myself. I want that. I say I want that.
Me and I. Sounds like one hell of a wedding.
It was hell for time.
They're not going to go away. They have to be faced. You stay here with Patience. I'll go tell them.
We're not, love. I promise you. We're not going to give you back.
I want her! Where is she? Where is she?
You're not to go upstairs. Because she's not yours. You gave her to us. You can't take her back.
No!
Tracy.
No!
No, come on. Come on. Calm down. How good. We can't, Ken. We can't, in all honesty, surrender a tiny, innocent little child to a woman like that.
No!
I am responsible. I'd never be able to forgive myself.
She's got nothing to do with you.
I am responsible, Ken, you understand?
You've no rights, none at all.
You're mistaken there, Blanche. I have a moral right, if nothing else. I am morally responsible for the welfare of that child. And nobody's going to stop me.
Roy, you have got to give Tracy her child back. There's no way round it. I mean, whatever you say, I know she's no angel, but she gave you the baby because she thought it was the best thing, but she's a mother. You can't keep a child from its mother.
Hayley!
I couldn't stay away. Deirdre, you have no idea who that daughter of yours is, do you?
What?
She didn't give us the baby. She sold her to us. And she got a very good price.
What are you talking about?
Don't listen to her, Mum.
What price?
£25,000.
What?
That's what we paid for her. She's a tough little businesswoman, your daughter. 25,000. Now, I'd like you all to leave, please. It's time for Patience's feed.
Tracy, this isn't true, is it?
She's not called Patience.
Tracy, deny it.
We'd like you to go now, please.
Mum! What are you all waiting for? Didn't you hear him? Come on. Get out! Out! All of you! Get out of our lives and stay out.
Come on. Come on.
No. Just get out.
You sold your own baby to a man you tricked into believing he was the father. You sold your own baby.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're sorry. Oh, well, that makes everything all right then, doesn't it? You're sorry now. So let's just forget it. Let bygones be bygones. Until the next time you run short of a bob or two and you put it up for sale again.
I wouldn't. Give her a chance, Deirdre. I know what she's done is awful, but she's changed now. Now she's become a mother.
Don't tell me you're on her side. Gosh, she's got you wrapped round her little finger, hasn't she? Hey, look at you. You put all your money into buying this house for her.
For her and the baby. The important thing is she wants it now. I knew she would. I knew as soon as she saw it. As soon as it became really real.
Oh, did you?
Mum, look, I know what I did was terrible. I can't make any excuses. And I'm ashamed, I really am. That's why I couldn't tell you. But Gran's right, I just want to put everything right.
And be a proper mother to the baby. That's what you should be thinking about now, Deirdre.
I'll sort it all out. I promise. Just help me get her back.
Where are you going?
I need some fresh air.
Oh, I don't know, Tracy. I just don't know.
Tracy?
The pram. It takes a little time to understand how it folds. There's a little lever down the side here. All you have to do is pull it.
I'm very sorry, Roy.
It's actually quite simple, though. Once you get the hang of it.
That for you, madam.
Thank you.
And good morning to you.
Morning.
Is it true what I heard? Is she trying to get the baby back off Roy and Haley?
Who's that? Kieran.
You've got her?
I'll go and put the kettle on.
I thought it was Steve MacDonald you wanted, not the baby.
Yeah, well, I've seen the light since then.
Well, it's a shame you didn't see the light before you turned Roy and Haley's life upside down.
Oh, look, if it ain't the Mother of the Year. If I want your opinion, love, I'll ask for it.
You should have had a sleep in.
Sit snug as a bug.
Make it look so easy, Gran.
A lot of people reckon having a baby's instinct, but it's not. Practice makes perfect. Hey, don't rock her. She'll only get used to it. This is a time you should be using to rest. Put your feet up and I'll make you a nice cup of tea. She'll sleep a lot now, but before long she'll turn into a demanding little body.
Scary, isn't it? The fact that she's always going to be here relying on me. I've done the right thing, haven't I, Gran?
You're a mother, Tracy. A child should never be parted from its mother. You belong together.
It's just when we're going off.
Sterilizer, vests, 2 more packs of bottles, booties.
Oh, Tracy, look at the size of them.
More vests, changing mat. Now, can you think of anything else she might need?
Looks like you bought the shop. Here you go, Grandma. Your Nana's gonna make some dinner.
Look at her. She's absolutely perfect, aren't you?
How are you feeling?
Okay, I'm just a bit tired.
Well, if you like, me and your mum will take the baby this afternoon while you get some sleep.
No, I'm okay. So, do you want a cup of tea?
Oh, yeah, that'd be lovely.
Yeah, same here, please.
She seems to be coping okay.
Yeah, she surprised me.
Maybe this little one's brought her to her senses.
I might slip round to the croppers later, see how they're doing.
You think you should?
Well, at least we owe them an apology.
Yeah, but do we, though?
Oh, come on, Deirdre. I can only imagine what they've been through over the last few days.
I know that, but the baby's got nothing to do with the croppers or Steve MacDonald, come to that. She's a Barlow through and through. Do you know what? I think she'd like a cuddle off her granddad.